Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Code. For all you new subscribers there, I am a multi-instrumentalist, DJ, sometimes producer, sometimes photographer. I kind of dabble in a lot of different things. I know some people may have joined or subscribed to the channel recently over the last couple months, primarily in November when I was releasing some content around the AI workspace. And that was more of just an experiment to look at what these AI tools had to offer. I didn't really pay attention to them too much until I saw a video from HP34. I'll put a link in the description. He's a YouTuber who does a lot of video reviews on gear, production, and he was talking about AI and how it's come to the point where it can actually be a producer. And it kind of got me curious. So I did jump into the Suno rabbit hole for about a month there. Kind of lost my sanity for a bit, according to some of my band members. But I wanted to experiment and see what it's about and how it could impact me as a musician, or did it have any creative insights that would be productive for me. So I did spend about a month in Suno playing around different songs, generating stuff, using a bunch of different generation views, whether it's uploading my own music, uploading just little audio files of guitar tracks or just a bass and seeing where it would go from there. And I was impressed at first with what Suno could do. It did present a polished track. But over time, there's a few things that came across. Was that a lot of the communities I joined just to kind of see what was going on in the AI music creation community, along with the content that these people were producing, was not great. A lot of it was just really generic sounding songs with a lot of really bad AI generated videos. And some of these people had, thousands of views and thousands of subscribers for some reason, even though the content itself wasn't that great. And so after spending time inside of Suno, seeing what it can do, and in basically coming to the realization that it isn't really that creative. There's a lot of limitations to it. At first glance, it's very impressive. But over time, you can start hearing a lot of the differences and similarities between the songs that you generated with various prompts, and then you'd go listen to some other random music inside of Suno or even on YouTube and come across a lot of similarities in regards to how Suno generates the music. And after a while, just kind of got easy to spot, especially in particular genres such as EDM and like the country stuff that have been going on the charts, or some of the other R&B gospel things that have been in top into charts lately. And I realized that definitely using the AI stuff is not for me. I can see why some people use it, but I don't really know why people feel the need to kind of bring all this noise out to the world. Because that's what a lot of the AI music is. It's just noise. It's not. There's not really any soul or heart around it, and it all tends to sound the same. It's easy to create. There's no real learning behind it, and that's where a lot of people talk about this democratization of art, and whether it be musical or visual arts, like art is already democratized. You just have to want to learn and spend the time to do and learn something. And that's the part that people don't want to do. They just want the output without the input. And so, you could put a prompt in. What's that take? Like 5 minutes or less, depending on how much time you spend on it. And then you generate something and think it's a work of art of some kind, which it really isn't, because I think with a lot of art, the process is part of the point of it. It's learning how to play guitar, learning how to play the drums, learning how to, use a DAW, use any kind of digital equipment, whether it be a keyboard, a drum machine, a tracker or sequencer at some point. That's part of the process, experimenting with the sounds that these systems create, understanding what they do. And when you're just using AI to do it, you kind of miss the point of the whole journey of being a creative person and learning and building those skills. Because I think a lot of, for me, the way I write music is I don't know what I'm going to write when I go pick up my bass or guitar or drums. Even when I'm in my digital audio workstation going to write a song, I don't know exactly what I'm working. Maybe I have an idea. It's like, okay, I want to work on a trance track, so let's go play around with some sounds. A lot of stuff with like electronic music for me is based around the sounds that I choose and are playing around with. It kind of leads me down that rabbit hole of creation, and that's how it works for me when I pick up the guitar or bass. I just start riffing on a chord or a note run, and then that leads me into something else, and that's how I create the music. Whereas when you're just, I want a song that sounds like 50s R&B, there's nothing creative about that. Yeah, you could put a bunch of prompts in there to kind of mold it a little bit, but not as much as people think. So I guess I decided to pull down all the AI videos I created because I didn't want to be part of that or associated with that. Even though they were gaining a little bit of traction, they were at a point where it's like, okay, this is a good time. Pull them all down. And so outside of the DJ stuff that I have traditionally posted on this channel, moving forward, I'm going to be working on, making tutorials on, I guess, different DAWs, primarily probably Traction. Traction Waveform is one of the DAWs I've had experience with. I've also used Studio One. I've been dabbling a little bit with Ableton, but I find Ableton's workflow a little weird, but I'm still trying it. But I know Traction Waveform isn't a super popular DAW, and I want to get better at understanding the capabilities of that DAW better. And then also understanding how to write electronic music. Historically, I've written a few different EPs that I've released under different names. But those were more, I guess, cinematic synthwave type stuff and not necessarily like trance or house. And I've been DJing a lot of techno, a lot of trance, some drum and bass, some dark wave, things like that. And I'm kind of interested in trying to write trance music and get it to sound like a trance song, because some of the stuff I've been writing lately sounds still very synthwavy, which is kind of adjacent to like my punk background. But thanks for subscribing. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be looking to make more videos here in the future. I do have some other channels out there. Code Captures is my photography channel. You go check that out. I take photographs of the shows I play with my bands in the Seattle area. Also experimenting with different things in photography and learning that art a bit more as well. But this channel is going to be more focused on, getting better with music production, maybe talking about AI music, but the counter of it, and why you should probably not use it or use any of the generative AI stuff, because it's terrible in a number of different ways. But I regress. But yeah, hope you stick around. Hope you enjoy the content I produce in the future. And then, I hope you have a good rest of the day.